NKTelco Sports welcomes you to Minster, Ohio, where the Fort Loramie Redskins take on the Minster Wildcats. This game brought to you by Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, NKTelco, German Farmers Insurance, Wagner's IGA, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Orthopedic Associates of Southwest Ohio, First National Bank, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. This is an NKTelco Sports production.
The home of the Lady Wildcats, where tonight they play host to the visiting Fort Loramie Lady Redskins. My name is Ben Ayers. Alongside me today is Kyler Ludlow. Fort Loramie is coming off a great season last year, making it all the way to the regional final before losing to eventual state champion Jackson Center, and looking to have another successful year this year.
Yeah, absolutely. They're a great team. They've got a lot of returners from last year, but they're going to try to maybe get some more experience for some of those players that are back. They've got Kaylee Barhorst, who's All-Ohio last year and a great outside hitter. And now today they've got a couple games under their belt already going against Minster, who hasn't played yet.
And as you said, they're the host. Minster's coming off a 13-8 season last year and finished right in the middle of the pack of the MAC, hoping to have a better year this year.
They've played a lot of really good scrimmages this year. Talking before the game with Coach Garman, and she was just saying that she's really impressed with the athleticism of her team and is really hoping that that's going to help her team finish towards the top of the MAC this year as opposed to right in the middle from last year.
Yeah, sounds great. It should be a great matchup today. These two towns just a few miles away. Excited the fall sports season is upon us, and excited for some girls high school volleyball. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the keys to the game.
At 21st Century Kitchens, we know that every home has a style to go with it. From first-time homebuyers to families with the pitter-patter of little feet to teenagers taking over the kitchen, 21st Century has what you want, customizing the style, layout, and price point to fit your budget. Kitchens by Craftmade and quality cabinets, countertops by Wilson Art and Gabriel, along with availability of granite, marble, and wood.
See what's in store behind the yellow door for your 21st Century Kitchen.
Dad, I think that this is the right choice.
Huh. It's not safe anymore, you all alone in the house.
Let the fun begin. Elmwood, a lifestyle for everyone. Schwieterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwieterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Welcome back to Minster High School here, where the Fort Loramie Redskins starters are being announced right now. Number 1, Taylor Ernst, a senior, followed by number 7, Kaylee Barhorst, number 17, Maeve Hilgefort, number 31, Morgan Holscher, and number 8, Sophia Albers will be the starters here. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, again, they're coming in a 2-1 record. They had the chance to play this past weekend at the Coldwater Spike-Off against a pretty good competition where they were able to, unfortunately, lost their first game to Ottawa Glandorf Titans, to a very good team. OG ended up actually going on and winning that tournament, able to pull 2 more off, though, and come into this tournament with the winning record. You can see now the non-starters being announced for the Minster Wildcats, who are in their first contest tonight, again being coached by Cammie Garman.
Head coach of the Wildcats is Cammie Garman, and assisted by Daniel Bornhorst and Erica Heiken.
I think they're excited to get started today. Starters for Minster.
Haley Boimer is the starting setter. Jordan Heitbrink, one of the outside hitters. Those are both the captains this year for the Wildcats. Paige Purdy and Carly Barhorst both listed as middle blockers, and then Rosie Westerbeck is the outside hitter. They've also got Paige Purdy, who's the libero for the Wildcats tonight. And so that's a very athletic six out there on the floor for Minster, and I know that's one thing that Coach Garman was very excited about this year.
All right, we're going to bring you our keys to the game, brought to you by Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Salina, where the dealer makes the difference. First with Fort Loramie.
Fort Loramie's keys to the game are strong attack on the outsides and building some experience for some of those players. They are listed as juniors, but you know they didn't get to play a lot with a big class that had a lot of playing time on the court last year. And so building up experience so they're ready to go come tournament time is a very important part for Coach Rogers this season.
On the other side for Minster.
They want to serve aggressively, get things started off right, putting the Redskins on their heels, and that all starts with the serve. And then they just want to play consistent. They'll have runs throughout the course of the game. That's, of course, a part of volleyball, but they want to stay on the consistent side of that and make sure they neither get too high nor too low.
And here comes the first serve here by Minster. You know, nice block by the net as it's knocked down. Looks by number 9, Paige Purdy at the net.
Now, Westerbeck and Toby put a big wall up there. They looked like they were trying to go away from kind of the typical threat for Loramie on the other side, and they were ready for it.
Frilling handles the ball. Not able to get over the net by number 8, Sophia Albers on the hit. Second point scored by Minster. Say this is the start you might be looking for here, being able to serve and get 2 points right off the bat. Another big block. This time it's Paige Purdy and Haley Boimer teaming up to get another block and 3 straight points, as Fort Loramie's had problems going to that left outside hitter.
And Paige Purdy has been great so far in that block. She's there early and ready.
Able to get their hands on it this time, but
couldn't get it back down.
Yeah, off the hands and onto their side. We're going to come back to number 10 on Fort Loramie's side. Sarah Steng's going to get things started. Serving for Fort Loramie. Served over, and it's going to be an ace as Minster not able to handle the serve by Sarah Steng. And get this game back to a 1-point game at 3-2. Staying with her second serve. Free ball over as Minster was not able to handle it. Set outside the bar horse, had to tap it out. Big swing by Minster, handled though by Fort Loramie, and unfortunately, Maeve Higglefort not able to get it over the net.
You know, some wild play early on. It looks like the first game for Minster, but Loramie's playing like it's kind of their first game again too, and we know it's not.
Yeah, you never know. It is early. Like you said, Minster's first game, you never know how you're going to come out, but it might be a little exhaustion after having to play 3 games against tough competition on Saturday too. There's a nice hit from the side of Minster, extending their lead now to 5-2 early on in this first set. I want to thank our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank Think First, as they'll be our scoreboard sponsor throughout the season this year. A nice swing there by Kaylee Barhorst, but out of bounds, a little long.
Yeah, right now, Minster's points have come from the blocks and Loramie errors. Plus 1 kill.
Short serve, barely over the net. Barhorst able to save it. A tight set leads to a block, as number 3, Jordan Heitbrink's able to get her hands on it for Minster and knock it down. And Coach Rogers is calling for a timeout. We'll take a timeout too. We'll be back right after these messages with more high school volleyball.
If you want to save 70% on your heating, cooling, and hot water costs, the answer is right under your feet. Let New Knoxville Supply install a water furnace geothermal system and use the natural temperature from the earth for a more constant temperature in your home. Also ask about our new Symphony home management system. Control temperatures, track energy usage, and receive safety alerts for everything, including your sump pump. All from anywhere, anytime. Now is the time to calculate your savings at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here as the Minster Wildcats have a 7-2 lead over the visiting Lady Redskins. It's been domination so far by Minster.
Yeah, they're dominating the net right now, and it's really been a show put on by Paige Purdy thus far. At least 4 block assists as this game's gone on. She's been great.
And here's a serve by Rosie Westerbeck, not able to be handled by Taylor Ernst. And another point for the Minster Wildcats. Yeah, definitely the size. You have some decent size on both of these teams, but the front line of Minster is definitely standing their ground. And here's another block as Paige Purdy and number 3 Jordan Heitbrink there again. Sending it down. Loramie able to get their hands on it, but can't handle it. 9-2. Westerbeck with another serve. Barhorse just having to, again, tap that little tight to the net, able to deflect it off the hands of the block that's set up by Minster. When we get the ball back to the Fort Loramie Redskins, it's 3-9. Maeve Higglefort looking to serve. Stands way back behind that line when she serves. Nice play by Aaliyah Frilling, keeping that ball alive. Sent over, here's gonna be a chance for a swing. Not able to be handled by number 10, Sarah Stang. Good swing on the side of Minster for another kill.
Minster's done a good job of staying in their system. When Loramie hits the ball over the net, they're passing it from the back right to the setter and then an easy attack. Loramie's got their setter diving all over the place to make plays because the attacks from Minster have been so strong.
And here's a block this time again by number 3, Jordan Heitbrink, getting in on the action. That's probably at least a couple assists. That's her third. She's been a part of that one all on her own. Paige Purdy going to serve again. Sends it to the middle back. Frilling, nice pass out to Barhorse. It's deflected over. I'm not sure if it got blocked or even got over the tape.
I don't think that one ever actually got over. That looked like a frustration swing.
When you're looking, your Fort Loramie just can't seem to find a rhythm. You have one of the better hitters in the area, and not being able to get a good set going to her. Paige Purdy with the unforced there on the serve, and Loramie's going to have some substitutions come in here as they're going to try to find some offense.
Yeah, Abby Holhouse listed on the roster as both a middle hitter and a right side. Come in, try to provide some offense as Hattie Meyer serves.
Nice swing by Heitbrink, handled this time by Fort Loramie, deflected again at the net. Just every time they're having the hands on the ball. Good play. We got probably the best rally we've had so far. Loramie's definitely on the defensive here. But unfortunately for Minster, they're unable to keep the power going as Carly Barhorse sends that one out of bounds. We're going to have to keep, we got Kaylee on one side, Carly on the other.
Both spelled with C's. I mean, that's confusing.
Announcer's nightmare right here, trying to keep track of this. Set outside. Good hustle, but able to get the kill as number 3, Jordan Heitbrink, is having a really great first game here.
And one of the things I've noticed that Minster seems to be more apt to going with the roll just over top of the block. So far, Loramie's just tried to blast their way through it, and that's resulted in a lot of blocks early on in our first set.
Another service there on the side of Minster. It's going to send the ball back to Fort Loramie. Scores 13-6 in favor of the Minster Wildcats. Barhorse set to serve for her first time for Fort Loramie. Get another little tap over. Loramie's able to handle it. Swing deflected this time by Loramie. Nice net play as Heitbrink there able to just find the hole in the players and just kind of tapped it over for an easy point.
That was great court vision to see that back spot open on the floor and perfectly played it there.
And it happens sometimes in that scramble, trying to just keep the play alive and you get people out of position. Ball set out. Hit by Sarah Stang, but handled by Minster. Now they're going to go the other side, deflected out of bounds. Kill's going to go to number 20, Abby Holthouse. A junior hitting from the right side. Here comes a serve by Taylor Ernst. Have a swing by Westerbeck, just kind of, again, lightly hit over. Set outside to number 10, Sarah Stang, who not the prettiest of hits, but somehow hit the net, went over the blockers, and found the floor.
Now, when this lineup for Loramie's out there with Holthouse and Stang, it's a little bit harder for Minster to get that block up because they've got two really good hitters to try to key in on. And when you have Barhorse in the front row, they're pretty much trying to put that double block on her wherever she happens to be. And now with both of these hitters in the front, it's a little bit more difficult for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not sure which way they're going to go here. Unfortunate service there by Taylor Ernst last time. Here's a nice swing by Maeve Hilgefort. She gets the deflection off the blocker's hands, and she gets the kill. 15-9. Wildcats still hold the advantage here, up by 6. As number 20, Abby Holthouse, going to step back to serve. A little miscommunication between Minster and got them all out of position. Service point for Holthouse. Minster, for the most part, stayed pretty steady, handled everything. A couple service concerns, or handling the serve, but once they get things set up, they've been pretty successful. Set outside. It's kept alive by Fort Loramie, back over. Heitbrink passes it up, setting to Paige Purdy. A nice dig by Taylor Ernst in the middle. Same thing, we're going to go this time all the way outside to Westerbeck, who swings again. Ernst with the dig. Then they roll it over. Nice effort by Heitbrink to keep it alive, and we got quite the rally going here. Another deflection at the net. Paige Purdy gets the opportunity to swing, and Ernst can't handle that one, and Minster's excited for that point.
Yeah, after a long rally like that, that can be a lot of momentum to get back on your side, especially with Loramie having climbed back in, brought it within 5. That makes it a 4-point game if they win it, but instead the big exclamation point gets Minster that 6-point advantage again.
Nice swing there by number 8, Sophia Albers, who gets the kill. Yeah, a point like that last one that was so long. Sometimes Minster was more of the aggressor there, but sometimes those are the legs that give out.
Yep.
And you'll end up hitting it out or into the net. Able this time, though, Paige Purdy was able to kill it. Loramie answers back. We got 16-11. Kaylee Boymer's not quite able to handle the set. Have another error on their side, 16-12. It's been very dominant by Minster, but Fort Loramie is just chipping away. Staying with the short serve. Purdy rolls out, tries to get it to the outside, but it's blocked back in her face. And another point for Fort Loramie. Loramie trying to build on this little run here that Stang has going. Another short serve. Played over in 2. And Barhorse, with their first opportunity to actually take a swing at a ball, gets the kill. Gets them fired up.
Frilling got her a really good set. Wasn't too close to the net, right in her stride, and there was a double block there, but it didn't even matter.
Sometimes the answer to good defense is better offense, and that's what they had there. This time they're going to come the other way. Kept alive by Minster. It's going to be a free ball over, which is played in short. Frilling sets it back out to Barhorse, gets a decent swing on the ball. It's going to be another kill. We got a 1-point game as the score is now 16-15 in favor of Minster.
Kind of surprised Coach Garman hasn't used a timeout right here. Try to stop the momentum, but she has the faith in her girls to come back and get the point back in the serve.
Free ball over. They set the middle this time. Hilgefort unable to get it down on the floor, and Minster keeps it alive. Another opportunity out to Barhorst. She swings. It's blocked and deflected. A good hustle by Minster. Heitbrink sends it over. Nice swing by Westerbeck off the hands of the block. Put together by Fort Loramie and out of bounds. And Minster needed that point.
Yeah, that's a good way to get that momentum stopper is off that block. That's always for whatever reason, the blocks are the biggest points. That's the loudest people cheer for, and they're fun to watch, and it really stops the other team's momentum in the tracks too.
That ended what was a 6-0 run, I believe, for Fort Loramie. Nice play. Minster just gets it over, and players for Fort Loramie out of position, miscommunication. Another point for Minster.
Yeah, you can see Albers thinking as the outside hitter, she's trying to get that ball up for Frilling so Frilling can set it off to somewhere else. And Aaliyah did say, my bad afterwards. So
Ernst handles the serve. Back outside to Albers, who gets a good swing on the ball. It's up in the air. It's going to be a free ball. Frilling with an inside set, a tip, blocked again at the net. Just rolls it over top the net. Number 10, Sarah Stang with the kill.
Yeah, that was a great read by Sarah out that back. Just seeing that the front line for Minster was kind of scrambling a little bit. Perfect time to play that roll.
18-16 as Hilgefort's going to step back to serve. Set outside to number 3. Heitbrink's had a great first game here, but swings a little too hard. Out of bounds point for Minster. Hilgefort's not only out of bounds for volleyball, basketball as well.
She's way back there.
Heitbrink with another hit. Dug by Barhorst. A lot of scrambling points here early in this first game. Barhorst with a chance for a swing off the fingers, off the light. Free ball over. Frilling with a tight outside set. Nice tap by Barhorst. She finds another kill. We have a tie ball game, 18-18.
Like you said, really, it was a 6-0 run that got Loramie back into it. They've crushed 8 of the last 10 points and got themselves right back into things.
Toby sends it to the minnow. It's going to be just sent over. Whereas Minster was able to kind of control the pace earlier, it's Fort Loramie getting the tempo on their side. Nice dig by Sarah Stang, but unable to keep it alive, and Minster's going to get a much-needed point. So they're going to move back into lead 19-18 as Paige Toby steps back to serve.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. Inside set. Gives the kill to number 31, Morgan Holscher. She had the double block, but she was able to find a way to get it over and drop it in on the other side.
Wouldn't expect much else than a tight game like this. We knew Minster jumping out in front early. Well, Loramie's come right back, and now it's just a great old-fashioned rivalry game.
Yeah, ball back and forth here being played at the net. Number 20, Abby Holhouse with another kill. So we've seen number 24, Hattie Meyer, check in. She's serving and also doing the setting as Frilling has taken a break. Played over on 2, a nice play. Number 2, Haley Boymer able to find, Fort Loramie not ready for the quick over in 2020. It's a race to 5,
no.
Maybe.
It was a great read by Boymer, seeing that open slot on the field, on the court in the left-hand attack.
Boymer back to serve now. Meyer sets it back to Kaylee Barhorst. I knew I was going to get it mixed up. A nice swing by Minster there. Not able to be dug in the back by number 10, Sarah Stang. And Minster takes a 21-20 lead. Boymer, a senior, doing most of the setting this evening for Minster. And stepping into the back here, much needed service points. Nice dig by number 5, Paige Purdy. And a good swing. It's number 3, Jordan Heitbrink with another kill. Had a phenomenal first game.
Yeah, Jordan's one of the players that Coach Garman pointed out going to have a chance to play at the next level, and she's playing at a different level her in the first game. She's got 5 kills and at least has assisted on 3 blocks and has really been part of the reason why Minster's ahead in this game by a couple points.
All right, that's going to take us into a timeout here. We'll be back with more high school volleyball after these messages.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic.
And we are back for more high school volleyball here. We got a great first game going. The Wildcats with a 22-20 lead. It's been kind of a back and forth. Wildcats with a big lead. The Redskins able to come back and tie it up. Boimer with another serve. Handled by Kaylee Barhorse. Get another touch at the net by the double block that Minster just keeps setting. The Heitbrink with another opportunity for a kill, and she takes advantage. Loramie just doesn't seem to have the answer at the net.
Yeah, they're not able to get that block up quick enough, and I mean, Heitbrink's been set pretty consistently. They're still late on it.
Ball back. Ernst just have to send it back over. Here's another chance. Will they go back to her? This time they set to the middle. Dug and kept alive, but Loramie's not going to be able to get it over. That's going to get into 24-20. Game point right here for the Minster Wildcats. Sends it over, handed by Barhorst. Back out to Heitbrink with another shot. Not a touch. Another kill for Heitbrink. That brings us to the end of the first game where the Minster Wildcats come out 25-20. And we'll be back with more second game action right after these messages from our sponsors.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
You owe it to yourself twice a year a checkup at Minster Dental Care. Our specialized doctors, Jim Overman, Jim Myring, Sean Sharp, and Philip Slunkowski, are ready to give you the smile you've always dreamed of at any stage of your life. Pediatric, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry are just a few of the services offered. Our latest advancements include CEREC dentistry that allows us to create and deliver a crown in one convenient visit. We're located on State Route 66 in Minster, 419-628-3380 to schedule your appointment today. You owe it to yourself.
Welcome back to high school girls basketball here, where the Minster Wildcats came out able to get a victory in that first set, 25-20. And pretty much, other than the little run, I guess, in the middle by the Redskins, a great performance by the Wildcats.
Yeah, strong start and a strong finish, and that's what it's going to take to come out on top for the Wildcats in this game. They had really, really good net play by Paige Purdy and Jordan Heitbrink early in the game, having quite a few blocks and blocks assists, and then Jordan Heitbrink kind of put the exclamation point on it towards the end, just killing it, both figuratively and literally on the floor with about 4 kills there in the last. You said first to 5 wins, and it seems like she got 4 of the 5 points that Minster needed, and they rattled off 5 straight to come out 25-20 in set 1.
Yeah, and Loramie had no answer at the net. It was almost like she had free swings on all those too. We want to thank tonight New Bremen Dairy Queen for being our sponsor for the player of the game, and we'll be selecting a player from both Minster and Fort Loramie. So thanks again to the New Bremen Dairy Queen for that. And to start this game off, Minster is right where they left off. That's another kill, and they get the first point on the board to start game 2. Sarah Riplow steps back to serve. To the outside, the Barhorse gets a swing on the ball. It's kept alive. by number 5, Paige Purdy, but not quite able to get it high enough, and it's going to be a kill for Kaylee Barhorse. Served over by Hilgefort. Westerbeck with the swing. She's able to find the floor. It's just been kind of a back and forth here. Each team getting a good bump set spike. Back to the fundamentals.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of the teams feeling each other out like a boxing match or MMA for the modern age folks. And it's been Minster at the net that's been the real difference all game long.
Yeah, you definitely see a definite size advantage on the side of Minster, and they're kind of a 50-50 ball in the middle, and the bigger player is going to win, and Paige Toby's able to find the floor. Out to Barhorse. Good swing with Westerbeck, able to dig. Heitbrink having to send that one just over free, and Fort Loramie not ready for the easy ball over.
Yeah, it looked like we saw Frilling and Albers run into each other, have a little bit of an issue in the first game, and Frilling trying to get in position to set, ran into Albers, who was in position to put that ball up.
Out to Barhorse again. Good scramble by Minster to keep it alive, and that's all you got to do sometimes, give your team one more opportunity. Barhorse hits it, and I think it's going to be deflected off the arms of Westerbeck, and another point for Fort Loramie. It's 4-2 Minster with the lead again. I'm not sure, we've had Loramie catch up a couple times in the first 2 games here, but I don't think they've actually taken the lead.
I think you're right there.
Again, drawn to perfection there. Handled the serve with a good pass, good set. Gives the opportunity for your hitter to get a swing on the ball. Leads to another point for Minster. Paige Toby steps back to serve. From the back row comes Kaylee Barhorse, and a little long. She falls to the ground. A little slow to get up. We're going to have another timeout by Coach John Rogers. We're going to stay here and take a moment to thank our sponsors, all the people that help make our broadcast possible. Sponsors for tonight's game for high school girls volleyball are 21st Century Kitchens, Elmwood Assisted Living, Sweeterman's Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Keyhole Pizza, Minster Bank, Minster Dental, NKTelco, German Farmers Insurance, Wagner's IGA, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, and the Orthopedic Association of Southwest Ohio. And again, our scoreboard sponsor is First National Bank. Think first. And right now that scoreboard's saying Minster 6, Fort Loramie 2, and a quick timeout.
Yeah, Coach Rogers wanted to have a chance to talk to his teams. They've looked a little sloppy, we said, but there's been a couple of times the players are just running into each other. And right there, you mentioned that Barhorse fell to the ground after that attack, and she actually tripped over her own player and sent her down to the floor. And I think Coach Rogers just trying to get his team refocused and, you know, just almost recalibrated. Time to go and forget that first set. You work all that way back to get to 20 all and then lose 25-20. Going to put themselves in another situation to have to expend all their energy just coming back.
Toby gets an ace, and not what you want to see happen on a timeout. One of the things probably preached was communication and trying to come together as a team, and right there, lack of communication. 7-2, Minster to a quick 5-point lead early on in game 2. Ernst able to handle this one. They send it out, and a good swing. From the other side comes Abby Holthouse, but Minster's not able to handle this one. Toby not quite able to get the swing, the speed of the ball given that time by Holthouse, and it's going to be back over, and we're going to have number 7, Kaylee Barhorse, serving. Looks like we have a touch at the net. Yeah, the official on the floor here is saying the ball was deflected by the Fort Loramie player.
Yeah, and you could see it even from our vantage point change direction. It wasn't like it was a very hard hit by any means, but that was just a nip by the Redskins there and couldn't quite change it enough to head to one of their defenders along the back line.
Boimer with a good serve. Back set this time. Boimer's able to dig it, getting another scramble. You can't fault the effort there. Carly Barhorse had to throw it over, but it's either going to hit the floor or you put it in the air and give the officials the chance to make the call. Ball back over to Fort Loramie, 8-4 in favor of Minster. This time Taylor Ernst is serving, and she serves it into the net. Loramie just struggling to find any sense of a flow.
Yeah, they've had miscommunications, balls falling in between them, running into each other, and when you finally get something good, just can't get that ball over the net on the serve even.
We've said that, they're a team. One of the keys of the game we had was building experience, and they lost a handful of seniors last year. A lot of these girls saw time at the varsity level, but maybe playing all together, they need that time to gel and get the experience together. Here's another hit by Holthouse. Now play it this time, and it's Hilgefort able to play over the net and get the kill.
Yeah, pretty good play by Maeve. Seeing that ball was coming over and that there's really going to be no play on Minster's side of it. And put it down before she even got a chance to poke it back to her own side and maybe start a momentum flow for Loramie here.
Good handle by Purdy. It's just barely. Now, I don't know if that's a swing that Westerbeck is going for, but it still results in the kill.
Yep. And a lot of times it's these kind of games that are hard to see when you're losing 10-5, that ultimately come the end of the season you're a better team for it. It really means very little aside from bragging rights when you have the little bit of a rivalry there, but getting your team to figure each other out, to figure how you're going to move as a team and play as a team is much more important when you're coming down the end of October and November when the tournament starts.
Yeah, great handle there by Paige Purdy that led to the great set by Boimer, and this time it was a middle set right to Paige Toby. And yeah, Toby having a great game tonight. That whole front row, the Minsters look good all around though.
Yeah, they really have.
Back set to Hilgefort, and she's able to squeak it through the four hands that are flying in her face, and it finds the floor. Kill for Fort Loramie. It's 11-7. This is about exactly how that first game played out.
You're right.
Minster jumping out to a lead, and then it kind of stayed 3, 4, 5 points. And Loramie was able to get all the way back and tie it up. We'll see what happens here in game 2. Toby pushes it deep to the back. It's swing by Barhorse. Not able to get the normal run into the swing, but she knows what she's doing. She's able to build that power easily, and another kill.
Yeah, she's got that special talent that, I mean, these girls playing out here tonight have been very good, but then it's just another level when you can flat foot jump and have that power and still place it exactly where you want to.
They're able to use her height at the net as Boimer wasn't able to get a set on the ball, and Barhorse with another kill.
Once again, back within 2 points.
You can see, too, they get a couple points, and you can just kind of see their body language change a little bit. Outside to Westerbeck. She gets a good swing on the ball this time and gets the kill to end the momentum that Loramie was trying to build. Now a 3-point lead for Minster at 12-9.
Well, this is the rotation now that Minster really thrived with the last game and in the beginning of this game with Heitbrink in the front along with Toby. They're a strong wall of defense.
Able to get the block on Barhorse, and she's not able to keep her body from going into the net.
And that was exactly, I mean, that was Toby again putting a block up there with Heitbrink, and that's a tough wall to get through for anybody, even Barhorse.
Yeah, always sending 2 blockers, especially if it's on Barhorse side. They're trying to get 2. Outside to Heitbrink, she sends it over. It's kept alive by Fort Loramie. Swing from the back rows into the net by number 10, Sarah Stang. And the Minster lead is continuing to grow with this rotation that you brought up earlier. And that, you know, Minster has one advantage in their setter, Haley Boymer, is probably a little taller than a lot of the setters you'll see. So she's able to help participate in the blocking at the net. Another kill, this time by Jordan Heitbrink. Been very dominant from that left outside spot. And we're going to have another timeout taken by Coach John Rogers. We'll take a break this time, too. We'll be back after these messages.
As a father of 2 teenage daughters and husband to a lovely wife, thanks, hun, it is important for me to look out for myself and my family. Fiber is one of the most important things in my day. Fiber keeps me healthy, sane, and stress-free. NKTelco Fiber, fast and reliable, keeping our household sane by keeping their devices connected.
NKTelco, providing services that bring value to your everyday life.
We're back after the second timeout taken by Fort Loramie here in game two as Minster's built their lead back up to 6, 15-9. Already up 1 game to none as the Wildcats were able to come out ahead 25-20 in the first game. Rosie Westerbeck still serving. I think this is going to be her 4th or 5th service point attempt in a row here. Last time Loramie came off the timeout, things didn't work out so well. And not quite probably the setup they wanted. Here's going to be another swing by Heitbrink off the fingertips. It's going to find the ground again. We got a rotation coming in here as number 10, Sarah Steng's going to take a break. There's a nice dig from the back row. It's sent up front. Barhorse is going to get a swing on it, but it's inside in the back corner as the Minster players thought it was going to be outside the line, but a good angle taken by Barhorst. And again, a much needed point here as Minster built this lead all the way up to what was 7, now 6 after the point for Fort Loramie.
And we had a sub in for Loramie wearing a jersey we don't have the name for. Trying to figure that out for us here.
Nice swing again as Heitbrink with another kill. Ernst not able to handle it. Fort Loramie not able to find an answer for the height and the power that Minster has at the net. And it's kind of just been free swing, especially for Jordan Heitbrink. Paige Purdy with the serve. Outside hit, this time by number 20, Abby Holthouse, who's had a pretty good performance so far tonight. Staying, checking back in for the unknown number 22. Barhorst with the serve, handled by Westerbeck. Nice swing by Stang. Heitbrink with another opportunity. It's finally some hands getting some action for Fort Loramie. Free ball, it's played over. Can Loramie take advantage of this opportunity? And number 20, Abby Holthouse gets the kill. I think it was going to be out of bounds. That was right in front of where we were sitting.
Yeah.
And number 1, Emily Stubbs, wasn't quite sure if it was going to be in or out. Tried to play the ball and ends up being a point.
That was a great effort.
A nice short serve by Barhorst. Heitbrink gets another opportunity. It's kept alive by Fort Loramie, though. Nice dig by Barhorst. Ball is hit and out of bounds this time by Sarah Stang. Able to pick a few points back there, but Minster now going to be sending Haley Boymer back to serve with an 18-12 lead. Ball sent over by Stang. It's going to be Heitkamp with not the best opportunity to swim, but to hit from the back row here. We got Kaylee Barhorst. You know, one of these times, sometimes you're struggling. You're a good player on your team. Sometimes you try to do a little too much.
Yeah, it's the classic rains it pours sort of situation for Loramie. They just can't get things on the right track, and give a lot of credit to Minster. Their defense has been spectacular.
Nice play there by Minster. Loramie able to keep it up and going. Another set outside to Heitbrink, who gets a swing on the ball. Called in as she finds the back corner. It's now 20-12. Minster's opened up an 8-point lead here, and you can see in the look at Coach John Rogers, he's not sure where to find an answer right now.
He's not mad, but he's disappointed is what that face looks like to me.
Way to change up the pace there is number 24, Hattie Meyer, just flips it over. Minster not ready for that.
Yeah, they've been keyed in so much on the attackers, which is one of the keys of the game for the Loramie Redskins. But for the first time, one of the setters just saw that they were already vacating her in the middle, and she just threw it over and got that point.
Set to the middle there is Jordan Heitbrink comes through. A lot of movement on that set. Heitbrink comes right up the middle and able to find another kill. 21-13 as Heitbrink now steps back to serve. Another Ernst able to handle the serve. It's kind of sends it to the middle. No communication again. And that can be frustrating. You have that's Barhorst and Stang, two seniors back there. You know then what they're doing is a long serve this time by Heitbrink. It's 22-14. If Loramie wants to get back in this match, they're going to have to start making a move.
Well, you know, part of Minster's key to the game was staying consistent, and that's what they've done. They've been able to not just go on big runs. We've seen Loramie do that. They go on a 6-0 run here to get back into a game, but Minster stayed consistent the entire time. They built a 5-point win in the first one. They've got a nice lead here in the late part of the second set. And even as Loramie gets the point back and starts to climb back in, that consistent play that Minster's brought here this evening has really been a key to them going up 1-0 and having a commanding lead in the second.
Nice kill by Sarah Stang there on the last point. And a good dig by Barhorst in the back. Can they find some type of a rhythm? Stang finds another gap and drops it in. It's going to be 22-16.
And that was part of the problem for Loramie here in set number 2, is that they haven't really had much besides Barhorst and Holhouse to get any points. Stang much needed a couple here, but then the serve out of bounds.
Yeah, that's your rally killer there. You get a couple points. Stang's starting to show some encouraging play, and it's one of those things in sports. Sometimes you think things should be easier than they are. Serving the ball, not as easy as it looks. Called long. Had to be really close there. Point goes to Minster, 24-16, game point. As number 5, Paige Purdy, steps back. Nice block again. This time, Ripolo and Toby both there. Toby deflects it a little bit. It's going to have a set to the outside. Westerbeck with the opportunity to finish it off, and she's going to get the kill. Game 2 goes to the home team, the Minster Wildcats, 25-16. Putting them up 2-0. We'll be back with Game 3 action right after these messages.
When I took over this farm from my dad, I knew our future success required making major changes in our operations. That meant adding acreage, more and bigger equipment, investing in powerful technology, hiring employees. We even started a seed business. Fortunately, working together with Grinnell Mutual and my local farm mutual, my agent was able to cover everything. I call that progress.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen.
back where the Minster Wildcats currently hold a 2-0 lead over the Fort Loramie Redskins. I want to take another second here to thank our sponsors to help bring us this excellent high school volleyball action.
Sure, tonight's sponsors are the Orthopedic Association of Southwest Ohio, Wilson Health, Fowler's TV, Wagner IGA, German Farmers Insurance, NKTelco, Minster Dental, Minster Bank, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Schwederman's Pharmacy, Elwood Assisted Living, 21st Century Kitchens, and Kogi Plumbing and Heating.
In NKTelco Sports, we're also happy to bring you the replays of the high school volleyball games. Today's game can be seen on NKTelco Cable Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. These replays can be seen Wednesday, August 24th at 6 o'clock and Thursday, August 25th at 6 o'clock. And you can also watch the games on demand at nktelco.net. All right, Kyler, it's 2-0 Minster. You can see Coach Rogers here trying to rally up the troops. What do we see happening here in Game 3?
Well, we need to see some better communication. We need to see just better playing as a team. I'm trying to look out on the court right now to see if they've changed up any of the rotation here for Loramie, and it looks to be their starters from game number 1. But the Minster Wildcats just need to keep up doing exactly what they're doing. I know we talked about using their athleticism to really help them get to that next level as far as just playing this season, knowing that they're one of the few experienced teams left in the MAC. A lot of people graduated, a lot of upperclassmen. So they've got a good team, an athletic team, an upper class team, and they're really not just dominating the net right now, but they've been able to put up just about everything that's gotten through, it seems, as well.
See if Fort Loramie can find this first point here. It'll be the first time they've had the lead at all at any point in any of tonight's games. And they're able to find the floor, so it's a small thing, but instead of being down 1-0, you're up 1-0. You got the lead in your favor. Can you keep it going? Number 10, Sarah Stang steps back to serve. Tight play at the net. It's able to be kept alive by Minster. Frilling outside to Barhorse. We got a touch. It looks like the point's going to go over to Fort Loramie, 2-0.
When Sophia getting that first kill sets the table for that second kill that comes from Kaylee Barhorse there. They've got to be able to get some other production from the other outsides and the middles in order to free up Barhorse to swing away.
Westerbeck with a good swing. Frilling tried to get the pancake in there, but Hooglefort not able to get it back up. First point for Minster here in Game 3. Again, it's one of the you talked about it a lot in Game 2. Minster trying to be consistent. They've by far been the more consistent team. And there's another one close on the line, caught out of bounds.
Well, Westerbeck in particular has brought her game to another level after that first set. At least we didn't record any kills for her at all, and then she had 4 last set, and then starts this match off with another one here. It's big to get some production from your senior outsides, and Rosie's doing a good job after being quiet in that first one.
And there's a kill by number 9, Paige Purdy. She's set to the outside and hits it right down the line, and she's going to now step back to serve. Sophia Albers plays it over. Free ball coming this way. A good opportunity for number 12, Chloe Stang, but into the net it goes. It's 3-3 tie ball game. Toby with another serve into the top of the net. We have a couple substitutes as Frilling and Sophia Albers are going to have a seat, and Hattie Meyer checks in. I missed the other one.
Zabby Holhouse, I believe.
Ball's going to go out of bounds by Minster. Another point for Fort Loramie. I see Hattie Meyer, even in warm-ups, I saw her a little bit trying to get everyone fired up. Seems to be kind of the spark plug that can provide some energy for the team. Nice roll behind, hit out of bounds by number 10, Carly Barhorse.
But I believe we had somebody in the net there, is what our call is. It was Kaylee Barhorst who caught a piece of net, and that'll give Minster the ball in that point. And that's part of the consistency and just really fundamentals. We've seen Minster, and they haven't made a net play like that, and that's the second one for Barhorst in this game. And she's not alone on that Loramie side that's kind of run into those little mistakes.
Heidbrink goes across again. Here's going to go outside to Kaylee Barhorst, one of her better swings, but it's dug. Heidbrink back and forth between the big hitters here on each team. Here's a play to the back corner by number 20, Abby Holhouse, and just an excellent read as everyone was kind of getting sucked up to the front. Flips it to that back corner. Kaylee Barhorst, a 6-foot senior. Ernst digs the Heidbrink hit. Outside to Stang, who Loramie players are looking for a touch on the Minster side, but officials not going for it. Out of bounds. Point to Minster. We got a 5-6 score right now in favor of Fort Loramie. Heidbrink steps back to serve. And have a free ball coming over. Not able to handle that serve. Sometimes puts you in a bad spot. Nice middle set. Number 10, Carly Barhorst gets the kill.
Well, we talked about in the keys that serving aggressively was one of the keys for Minster. And when they serve like they have been, they set everybody out of sorts on the Loramie side, and they can't get into the system they want to run. When the setter has to travel as far as they do, that's where you see little nips like that turn into a double hit. Like Hattie Meyer had a long way to run by the time she got there. It's a really athletic play to have to push it back towards the net, and just couldn't quite do it without touching it twice.
Another good serve. It's going to be tight at the net. Holthouse tries to tip it over. I don't know if she would have got it over anyway. The wall of Minster was waiting on her.
Yeah, she was pretty limited in what she was going to be able to do there.
Heidbrink stepping back here. Her fourth serve. Better pass this time out to Stang, but it's dug in the back by Heidbrink. Stang with the inner sweep, it's blocked, but good hustle by Meyer. Barhorst just sends it up another block. Meyer tries to send it over, and it's blocked again by Carly Barhorst. Just the hands and the height of Minster at the net have just been the main factor, and Loramie just can't seem to find a way to get over it. 9-6, Minster with a 3-point lead. Good swing that time by number 12, Chloe Stang. Set to the middle, deflected off the hands. Minster was able to get the ball in the air, but not able to get it back over the net. Number 1, Taylor Ernst, going to step back to serve for the Lady Redskins. Nice movement by Minster. That time number 6, Sarah Riplow, comes around to get the kill. A name we haven't said a whole lot tonight, but again, another player with some height at the net that's with a couple kills and has had her hands at the net blocking consistently. Good rotation there by Minster on the tip over. Stang sends it to the back corner. It's called out. Coach Barnhorst trying to find a way to, Coach Rogers trying to find a explanation for that one. He thought it was in.
I think his call was that it was on the line, and that's one of the rare views that Coach has a pretty good view of, and they can complain about it.
That one clearly out of bounds. It's now 12-7. Coach Rogers going to take a timeout. We'll take a break. Score is 12-7 in favor of the home Lady Wildcats. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Togi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Minster with a 2-0 advantage and currently holding a 12-7 lead in the third game. Again, we'll be having, Kyler and I will have the privilege of selecting a player from each team tonight as a player of the game, sponsored by the New Bremen Dairy Queen. It's a good thing to get right now. It's still warm outside.
Yeah, I could go for some of that.
Stepping back for Minster is going to be number 5, Paige Purdy. Scrambling attack there by Fort Loramie. Stang sends it over. Dug by Purdy. No one seems to be able to find any rhythm on this point, as Westerbeck couldn't quite get her feet under her.
Yeah, a lot of credit there, I guess we could give to just the attacks in general, because it was the attacks that are putting everybody all out of sorts. The passes weren't getting to the setters with any consistency on that last volley, and it was one of our better volleys we've had, and it was one of the uglier volleys of the night, too.
Boimer to Westerbeck, who finds another good swing on the ball. And again, the height on the side of Minster and the lack of the defense at the net on Fort Loramie. Been a big difference in tonight's matchup. Another block. Free ball, it's very tight. Boimer not a whole lot to do with it. It's going to be set to the back row as Heitbrink takes a swing at it into the net. Ball heading back over to Fort Loramie, who's now trailing by 4, 13-9.
And Minster's kind of started to make a few of those errors we talked about before. They've been staying away from into the nets in the last couple of points for Loramie. So they're going to try to nip that one in the bud right away.
Try to go back to Heitbrink in the back row. You've had success with Westerbeck, especially in these last 2 games up here in this left side hitter, and back to Heitbrink 2 times in a row and 2 times in a row into the net. Sarah Stang with the short serve, tight at the net. Boimer battles with Barhorse. It's kept alive and sent back over. A lot of tight net play here. Toby just flips it over. Frillian outside the Barhorse, taps it deep. Over to Westerbeck, who tips it into the hands of the blockers. Number 8, Sophia Albers, and 17, Maeve Hilgefort were both there, but not able to get the block off their hands and out of bounds. And Westerbeck's going to step to the back. And this has been, again, that rotation Minster's had a lot of success with tonight. And she starts off with an ace.
Laramie's block opposite of Minster's. Minster's been getting their block up early and very consistent with that, and that's what we've seen the rare times Laramie's try to roll it over. They've had a lot of success with it. Laramie's block's been very late and really struggling to get it up in time to even put any sort of distraction on a tip.
Heitbrink flips it over, set back to Sarah Stang, flips it to the corner. Back set to Westerbeck over the net. Frilling outside the Barhorse. Good swing, and the block's on it. Over to the Minster side. Boimer to Heitbrink. Good deflection by Loramie this time. Albers sends it over. Heitbrink able to get her feet into that one. Out of bounds, though. Loramie fortunate enough not to get any hands on that one. Ball over to Fort Loramie as Hilgefort's going to step back to serve. Down 4 points. Again, it's one of those games. They're in striking distance. Can they make the move? Serve handled by Stubbs. Back set to Toby. Flips it over. Good adjustment by Fort Loramie. Another tap over. Frilling out to Barhorst. And one of her better hits of the night. You could just see a lot better movement there, a better rotation on Fort Loramie as they handled all the flips and tap overs and able to get a good set out to Barhorst.
Well, the pass to Frilling, the setter, was on the money, and that allowed Aaliyah then to set up Barhorse with a pretty nice shot. That's been the biggest issue for Fort Loramie, is that their setters have been having to run all over the place to try to get the sets up. And they're just, I mean, you've got to be a special athlete to be a setter anyway, and then to make really good sets from passes that you're running all over the place for is extremely difficult to do.
Reagan Whipker checking in for Paige Purdy. And you're right. You know, they're obviously practicing this all the time, but it's a lot easier when you get a good pass that your setter's able to use their skills and they're not having to run and trying to do more than they really want to have to do. Good exchange there by Fort Loramie. So they get the ball right back. Hattie Myers back in to serve. 16-13. Heitbrink plays it short. Tap back, and Holthouse just gives it a little swing, and it's able to tip off the hands and fall in. 16-14, just creeping back a point at a time.
Well, the key for Loramie is going to be, once they get back, if they can get back, to sustain that and go ahead, because we've seen them come back from big deficits in the first 2 sets of this match, but unable to then get over the hump and get the win in the set. And so now just 1 point away from tying it up.
Ooh, rolls off the top of the net, played over back by Boimer. Meyer brings it back to Holthouse, who goes off the diving Stubbs. We have a tie game. Coach Garman not taking advantage of any timeouts tonight. She's let her team play through. We'll see what she does here.
Yeah, and we saw in the first set when Loramie came all the way back that she stayed true, let the team work itself out, and it ended up working out for the best.
And right there it is. A good pass, set, spike again. Heitbrink able to get the kill, and it's hard to ask a whole lot out of your players if you're Coach Rogers on that one.
Yeah.
Execution was very good on the Minster side.
Well, I don't know if they're trying to get others involved or if Heitbrink just wasn't having much luck in this set, because that was one of the first time we've actually called her name on a kill here in number 3.
Tight pass, again, hard for the setter to get to. Ernst just has to send it over. Set to the middle, blocked by Barhorse. Here's a free ball. Good swing by Holthouse. Set a little short. Heitbrink couldn't quite get to it, and nothing she could do but get it into the net. 17-17 tie game. Looking a lot like the first set.
Yeah, and Chloe Stang has played a lot more in middle this than we saw in the first 2 sets, and she had a good block back into play. It doesn't really count as anything on the stats, but it was her play that put the ball back on Minster's side and led to the air, and saw it just over Stang's fingertips there to get the kill for the Wildcats. And Stang being in there has been a big difference for Loramie.
She's helped out in the middle. Heitbrink there getting rid of the swing and just tapping it over to get the point and give Minster back the 18-17 lead. Here's a deep play. Good hustle by Heitbrink. Played back up, sent over. Kept it alive by Holthouse. Sarah Stang sends it over. Set to the back. Ernst sets it up. Barhorse runs up. Tried to get a better swing on it. Couldn't quite get there. Riplow plays it over. Out to Sarah Stang, who gets probably her best swing of the night for the kill. It's 18-18. Coach Garman trying to urge her team to stay positive. Things you let your teams go through early on in the season to try to hopefully help you out as you go later into the year. Ernst to lefty with the serve. Set to the middle, number 10, Carly Barhorse with the kill. Minster back up, 19-18. Minster with the rotation here, bringing Paige Purdy back up to the front. And Paige Purdy back to serve. Hilgefort gets it over. Busterbeck sends it deep. Barhorse with a good pass to the front. Meyer outside to Stang. Another good swing on the ball. Seniors stepping up when they need it.
Yeah, Stang really one of the highlight players that we talked with Coach Rogers about before the game, and she's been relatively quiet. So it's good to see her getting into the action here right when Loramie needs her really the most.
Colehouse steps back. Almost played by Paige Purdy, but she let it go, and luckily she did. It ended up being out of bounds. 2019 Minster. Same thing here. Fort Loramie ties it up. Can't get any farther than that.
Yep.
Riplow with the serve. Sophia Albers is back in the front row. Play there by Westerbeck, not handled well by Fort Loramie. The pass goes into the net. It's 21-19, 2-point lead. Back set to Sarah Steng. It's blocked again at the net. Steng tried to play it into the antenna. Another point.
Yeah, that's been, the MO for Minster all night has been controlling the net. They've done it offensively and defensively. They show up again.
Quick play there by Frilling, trying to catch Minster off, but an unforced error as Hilgefort reached for the tap over into the net.
And we talked about how Minster was trying to stay consistent. Loramie's been very inconsistent and been giving away a lot of free points. That's their 4th net ball of the night, just tapping the net.
It was 19-19, now 23-19. Loramie needs something, and get a good swing there by number 8, Sophia Albers, the junior, showing some excitement. 23-20, and with the scoring system in play, it's hard when you get behind even a couple points this close to 25. A couple errors is all it takes to give 2 points away, and the match will be over in that case. But see if Sarah Steng can get a run going. Good block at the net. Toby blocked once, taps it over.
I think she was on the wrong side of the antenna there, so still another point towards Loramie's side.
Sarah Steng steps back to serve again. Good serve off the net, handled well by Stubbs, just a freshman. Ball might have been out, trying to help. It's mishandled there by Hilgefort. Another error. 24-21, match point for the Lady Wildcats. Westerbeck back to serve, probably one of their better servers today. Ernst sends it back over. Jones Paige Toby takes it at the net, and she's able to put it back down for the kill. The final point of the night. Game 3 goes to the Minster Wildcats, 25-21. And all 3 of them go to Minster.
Yeah, that was, a pretty dominating performance here in the home opener and the opener for Minster this season. And I think we were kind of wondering what kind of game we would see the Wildcats come out with, knowing it was their first one, knowing Loramie had picked up 2 pretty solid wins over the weekend. But the Wildcats showed no fear at all. Came out and really from the opening serve to here at the end, they controlled the entire match. Aside from a few runs here and there, they were spectacular.
Yeah, we'll take a break here. We'll come back with our players of the game and our final wrap-ups and into the game stats.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
I happened to pivot wrong and hurt my knee. I ended up tearing my ACL. It hit me pretty hard because I love playing lacrosse. I met my surgeon and he made me feel confident about being able to get back into playing lacrosse. They always just took such good care of me, and they really were confident in what they were doing, which made me feel confident that I would be able to get back to playing lacrosse.
Welcome back to our post-game wrap-up, where the Minster Lady Wildcats were victorious tonight in 3 straight games over Fort Loramie Lady Redskins, 25-20, 25-16, and 25-21. We want to go ahead and thank select our players of the game here tonight, brought to us by the New Bremen Dairy Queen.
Yeah, for Fort Loramie, we were going to go with Abby Holhouse tonight. She had 10 kills, a couple of aces early on as well, and played pretty strong across the net. Abby, one of the juniors on the Fort Loramie squad, looking to get some pretty good playing time. Right side and outside hitter, had a good game tonight, 10 total kills. On the Minster side, we decided with Jordan Heitbrink tonight. Had a couple of players that could have gotten the award for the Wildcats, but Jordan had around 13 kills and 3 blocks to go along with an ace. Those are all unofficial stats, just me keeping it on the pen and paper here on the sideline. But Jordan Heitbrink, a real difference maker for the Redskins. The senior did a great job of really keeping the team in it when the Loramie Redskins came back, made their runs. But as you can see those final scores, they end up pulling out and end up taking some pretty easy victories over the Route 66 rivals here this evening in Minster.
Yeah, the scores are up there as we said those earlier, and it was definitely a game, almost all 3 games almost played out the same, where Minster get a lead, Loramie would battle back, and Minster would kind of run away with it at the end.
Yeah, we talked about, and I said it numerous times during the broadcast, that it was really a deal of consistency, and it was a good job by Minster to just withstand those runs Loramie made, not get too worked up about it. We said Coach Garman wasn't calling timeouts, just letting her team really play through it, and she looks like the genius out the other side of it with a very good victory over a good Loramie team tonight.
Yeah, some exciting volleyball tonight. Fort Loramie with the loss is going to fall to 2-2 on the season, and Minster being their first game is going to be 1-0. Want to thank our crew tonight. Alongside of me was Kyler Ludlow. Up on the camera was Daniel Allen, and out in the truck, Isaac Sell. We want to thank you and Tyler Wolf. We'll be back with more high school action throughout the fall. We thank you for watching NKTelco Sports. Until next time, we'll see you again.